Alrighty, welcome to the Intro-Extro podcast. I will be your, co-host, Ego, and next to me is
You got Big Kev, big sexy beautiful Kev,
Hung Long Kev.
Hung Long Kev, the pleaser eater. Nah, we're gonna have to cut that, but the pleaser.
So, since it's the pleaser eater's birthday today, I will be taking over the hosting duties.
Yes, sir.
First thing first, I just want to wish this man a happy birthday.
Appreciate that.
And it's going to lead us into our very first segment.
Wagwan.
How do you feel being a year older?
Oh, okay. That's it? You ain't
I
got.
mean,
I thought you was
there's
gonna.
Be more,
No, I thought you was gonna be a dickhead and be like, "How do you feel being like an old ass motherfucker?" You know, that's the Elvis I know. You know.
I'm trying to be cordial and try to,
Nah, this is weird. But
about your birthday and shit, but you want to be
how
like
do I
this?
feel being a year old? It's not that bad, bro. You know what's crazy? I'm almost 30.
My main question is there any real difference?
There's no difference except now. Basically, I was talking to my sister about this. Now I can do what I want. I have the money to.
But you could always do what you wanted if we're being honest.
But I don't know. Now I have like the wisdom, the confidence. I'm not rich, but I have like as an adult, we have the money to do what we want now. You know what I'm saying? It's just I feel like I'm still in my mid-20s with more money and more.
I get it.
You know.
So basically, what you're saying with the age doesn't necessarily change you as a whole, but it makes your experiences more, and you gain more wisdom because of the time you've spent here and stuff. I can second that because I do feel like getting older doesn't necessarily change anything significant in my life, but I have evolved my outlook and stuff.
Oh, definitely
on life, so I can't agree with that.
Yeah, but wait, just one moment of silence, bro. I'm 29. Like, it doesn't change it, but it's just crazy hearing that number. Like,
real. Let's have a moment of silence. Okay. All right.
But when I'm 30, shit, that's like no coming back at 30.
Damn.
If I was to die right now, you'd be like, damn, your boy died in his 20s.
If anybody doesn't know, this man's, goddamn, you 29.
I'm 29. How old are you?
I'm 27.
You're 27 for a month.
Yeah, I'm 27 for another month.
For a month.
And then I'm the big 2-8.
Boys, man. Wow.
And then, once I turn the big 2-8, I don't even know what the fuck I want to do.
For your 28?
Yeah, let's go to Myrtle Beach. We already talked about it.
Thought we was already doing that.
Nah,
yeah. But with that, bro, we have to plan things now. I don't want one of those things where like
of course.
we're trying to fucking scramble and do things. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, definitely. I agree with you because that's one thing. Like, you procrastinate towards the very end, and then when things come up quickly, like, nobody has time, and like, especially being older and stuff, you need to plan ahead of time.
Oh yeah.
Like, things like that just don't pan out.
Boys still have jobs, unfortunately.
Yeah. Help. And it's not like we can leave the job and then just find another job that easy. I mean, it is a little easy.
Begging on YouTube every time we start. Just start begging for money.
Please donate to our Patreon.
Help us leave the rat race.
We don't have a Patreon, but when we do donate to our Patreon,
Cash App, just start putting it on our link.
Yeah, Cash App me. I mean, bro, if we were females, that would work so easily.
Oh my god! If we were females, bro,
the double standards,
we would at least be making $80 a month starting now. At least
the double standards insane. If a woman was to be sitting here saying Cash App me, because I see all over social media when women, they have their birthday, a lot of them put out their Cash App, and there's actually simps out there who go out their way to send cash.
Send that money.
If I don't know you, don't expect me to send cash to you.
I've seen people receive money women. I've seen women receive money. I've seen women receive things like bags.
Yeah,
I've
never
seen
men.
Women receive phones.
Never men.
Homeboys, men. You might be lucky if you get $20. Honestly, if somebody sends you $20, just be glad. Be happy.
At that, like, be lucky if you get a happy birthday.
Shit, you see how we're showing thighs right now? If we were women, these thighs would be paying themselves.
Yeah,
we'd be contributed for this shit.
No, seriously, these thighs.
Yeah, bro.
We
trying though. Shit
would get us more views and stuff. Like, you're lucky as a man if you get a happy birthday.
Yo,
on your birthday.
Niggas, and we hold on to that happy birthday too. We'll look at that shit for a couple days. Just open the text, close it. Yeah.
I still remember when my mom said happy birthday to me 3 years ago.
Oh my god.
I still
that is sad.
Like,
I'm not gonna lie, that is sad. Nah, you Africans live different though.
Bro, it's because she actually said it on the day. Like, every other
she
birthday.
Said, happy birthday. My boy said nothing that day. He was just in shock.
I was happy. I was like, my mom said happy birthday.
Realized it 3 days later. Fuck, that was
Papi.
Papi.
I just want to say happy birthday. I'm like, oh, thank you.
Well,
thank you.
Is there a moment like do you guys say I love you to each other?
Yeah, I mean, I love my mom. I've told my mom many times.
How about your dad? Is that weird?
I've never told my dad I love him.
Me neither.
I've never told my dad I love him.
One time, because like your dad is just like, especially the generation they grew up in, they're just so cold, bro.
Yeah.
And you adopt that too. It's just normal to me.
I tried not to adopt it. Let me explain.
You do, but like
my dad, his form of communication is yelling.
Oh yeah.
I personally, I'm the opposite, and I try to stay away from that. I don't like to yell. My voice does not really go past a certain octave. But my dad, his talk is his yelling. His yelling is screaming. So I try to steer myself away from that and not be like my dad.
My dad was the same too. And the way my dad would tell me he loves me is by like asking me like questions. Like, did you eat today? You get what I mean? Like, oh, how was your, like, you know, he never says like, oh, bro, like, I was really thinking about you. I love you. Like, you're my son. I love you. He'll ask you like, did you eat? You have everything you need. Those are the type of questions he'll ask you, like, to show you, like, basically he's trying to say I love you without saying I love you.
I know, but I don't know. I've never, I can't even. So the only real thing I've taken from my dad that I can truly say is like showing love is that my dad's always been present.
Yeah.
He's never, from my knowledge, he's never gone around my mom's back.
Yep.
And like, my mom is a pain. Like, she's a handful.
I bet.
I can say that because I'm her son, but she's a handful. And watching my dad deal with her all these years, bro, not once has he ever laid a hand on her. Yes, he gets aggravated, and, you know, they have their arguments, yelling bouts here and there, but it never leads to anything else. It's never violent. So I've adapted that so well into my identity that, yes, me and a woman, we could have our disagreements and stuff, but it's never ever gonna go past just argument. Yeah. Never ever get in her face, try to intimidate her, nothing like that.
You just got a great example, to be honest. It might not be perfect, but that's a really good example of
facts.
Showing you how to like stay calm, be poised, you know, like.
And that's another thing that I feel like wraps up in this full conversation about when you get older, you realize stuff like that.
Oh, 100%.
When I was younger, I didn't see that. I just saw him arguing with her. I was like, I want to beat his ass. I was like, lay a hand on my mom, and I'm here. I'm here. Like, I was a little rambunctious kid. I was waiting. I was like, lay a finger on my mom, and I'm getting you. But he never, ever laid a finger on my mom.
Like, when you deep it and you, like, really think about it, like, he did everything around that, basically. Like,
exactly.
to avoid that. That's... I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm gonna say something a little controversial, but it be hard sometimes to hold back on women, bro. I'm not gonna say I've done anything like that, but like it's hard sometimes. Like, let's say a dude, when a guy is in your face, if a guy's in your face, pushing, literally puts their hands on you, or puts their hands, or touches your face,
we're fighting. Simple.
But think about it, like when it's another woman, it really takes a different level of like,
bro, you don't
a different level of fucking poise to just deal with that. It takes a level of maturity too.
Facts.
Because how easy would it be for you to just slap him and feel like, oh, like I'm a big man in this situation, but in reality, once you leave that situation, you'll be like, fuck. And like that was just the worst thing.
I feel like that's the perfect segment to lead us into story time. This is my story. I actually lived this, which, you know, you live and you learn. But when I was younger in high school, I'm pretty sure, I don't know if you were present for this exact time, but when I was younger in high school, I had hands placed on me in front of crowds of people by a female.
Yeah.
At the time, she was my girlfriend, and the whole situation was ridiculous. She was an extremely jealous person, and I had small feet. And
Small feet.
But I have to explain the context. So I had small feet, and so I was able to wear the same shoes as another girl and stuff for gym. It wasn't what I was wearing around school, but I just used it as gym shoes. And my girl at the time, she hated that, and she had like a little temper, and she literally hauled back and slapped the shit out of me in front of everybody.
She was strong too, bro.
Yeah.
In general, she was a strong.
I know you was just about to say names. So
no, I wasn't at all, but she was strong.
Yeah, she slapped the shit out of me, and for like a instant, I seen red, but I quickly snapped back to my senses, and I laughed. I just started laughing because I realized that if I was to do the same exact thing, she would be in a worse state than I am.
Yeah.
Like, she used her force. If I was to use my force, she would be in a worse state. So I literally laughed and walked away from the situation because if I retaliated, I would be locked up. So it's like, ain't nobody trying to deal with that.
Nah, your maturity level was on God level that day. Bro. You was a fucking.
I wanted to go Super Saiyan so badly,
I was
but
gonna say.
I was like, whose side? Elvis? At the end of the day, it wasn't worth it.
It's really not worth it. It's crazy, man.
That's my story time.
It's crazy how like back home, like in Cape Verde, I don't know about today. I'm sorry. I know back in the day, it was pretty normal to just like hit your wife, which is crazy to me.
Yeah.
People just live a different life, I'm telling you.
And I can honestly say all of that is due to watch my dad never place a hand on my mom. Because I never grew up seeing that. Yeah. It was never okay for me to see
I never seen it either. Yeah.
So I grew up with that mindset. And she's lucky I grew up with that mindset because if I was different, if I was like a lot of these youth from this generation who don't give a fuck, it's just retaliate as soon as you hit me. Yeah. It would have been, would have been bad, bro.
Crazy. Nah, we had a lot of moments like that. And it sucks how I hope women mature from this, but it sucks how they know you can't do anything. Yeah. And they will try to push those buttons. They will take advantage. They just know.
And it's always their word over yours whenever they call the cops.
And they're always the ones escalating the situation too. That sucks. Things gotta change. Things need to change. Yeah. But what was I gonna? Oh, I was gonna mention something. Did you hear about? I think it's happening right now in. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's like Uganda or something right now. They passed a bill where.
Senegal. Those protests.
Yes, you heard about Senegal. That. It's Senegal, where I think they passed a bill of anti-transgender bill.
Oh no, I don't know.
I think that's Uganda.
I think you're probably right.
They passed a bill in Uganda where it's like basically
illegal to be homosexual.
Illegal
in public.
Yes, all of that. And I guess the U.S. There's just a lot of Western countries that are basically like I don't know what they're doing, but they're protesting 100%. But I don't know if the U.S. and those countries are taking action.
I hope they don't because. Here's my opinion on that. Not necessarily about the bill, but about other countries. Yeah. Not necessarily about the bill, but about other countries. You know, basically putting their 2 cents in, or putting their business where it shouldn't be. You don't see other countries. You didn't see other countries going out their way and being upset and stuff when all the freaking shootings by the police was done. Like. At the end of the day, it's your country. Deal with your business. You shouldn't. I, I don't know. Like, what are
So
we,
it
some
is. It
savior or
is you.
something?
It is Uganda.
Yeah, no, Senegal was something else. But at the end of the day, like, if other countries are not, in an uproar when all the police shootings are happening in the United States should, mind their own business. Just
Yeah, man.
mind your business.
It's tough because
Mind
like
your
I feel like
business.
Western countries we feel so entitled to everybody else's politics.
We are for no reason.
Like if I don't know, man. I don't know. Personally, I love everybody. I think I don't discriminate between anything. I think we've always been like that in general. Like you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying. We just always been like very inclusive.
Like, we
But
may have our preferences, like, and like my preference, me saying that is only like sexual preference. But besides sexual preference, I have no issues with
yeah,
anybody else. Hey, live your life how you want to live it. It's not affecting me, so I don't care. My whole thing is, if it doesn't affect me, there's zero reasons for me to care. So I mind my business. Just mind my business.
yeah, man. I like again the U.S. and Western countries. I feel like we feel very entitled to other people's politics. That shit gotta end, man. Because at some point we gotta stop policing the world. Let people do what they want to do. Because if we just put our ideologies onto them, it might not work. Because they have different culture, different demographics of people,
Yeah.
different traditions and stuff. Okay, let's say we force them to accept. What are the people gonna do? Just because we force the laws, now we've basically just the people are gonna go crazy. First off, the people are gonna take action into their own hands. So the government is kind of a reflection of their own people. Because if the government just like implements a law, and the people are not like are not, how do I say, the people are not like
They don't like the law or something.
yeah, they're not adept to that law. They're not they're not with the law.
They don't agree with it.
They don't agree with the law. Then it's gonna be
Protesters.
very bad.
It's gonna be protest. And like, yeah,
Protest at the least.
a prime example of what you're saying. I'm Christian.
Yeah.
That's a huge thing all in itself. I was born in Liberia, and I came to this country when I was younger. There's generations in my blood that's Christian. But if you go back decades or even centuries, that was never a thing in my culture. But it's because of colonization and all that stuff.
What was never a thing?
Christianity, like, that wasn't our religion.
What was the main religion before that?
See, I don't even know. It's just gotten all misconstrued. But
I always wondered what was before like Christianity and like a lot of cultures, especially Africa, because Africa has their history.
I mean, even to this day and stuff, there's still people like there's a lot of voodoo and stuff. But even to this day, there's people in Africa who's not Christian. But I'm mainly saying that it shows the example of what you were saying.
Yeah.
That America is trying to police, the whole world. Not even just America, but Western.
Yeah,
Is trying to police the whole world, because the colonization, that's how Christianity even came to Liberia or Africa. And I'm proud to be Christian, but at the end of the day, I know deep down in my roots, we weren't Christian.
Yeah.
And this was a part of the colonizers' doing.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So yeah.
100%. Yeah. All right.
What do you feel about the law, though?
Like I said, we should basically, like, the government is a reflection of the people. So we should let the government, we should stay out of their business, let them do their thing, let them figure it out. We're not there. We don't live there. So we don't understand, the day-to-day over there. If we force it onto them, we're basically, like, the people are going to be very vulnerable. Like, homosexual people, they're going to be very vulnerable. Let's say they start walking on the streets. The people could take action into their own hands, which...
Facts.
That's why, we could say, like, oh, let's force that law. But we don't know. We don't want to...
You're right.
Intervene. Yeah.
Like, we don't know what it is on the day-to-day basis on the ground. Like,
maybe now is not the right time. Maybe in a couple more years they'll be more ready to accept. It's like you got to give people their own time to. to adopt something like
acclimate.
this. Yeah, to acclimate this.
But I also do not agree with trying to force your views or values onto people. Like, let people feel how they want to feel as long as it's not detrimental to others.
Yeah.
Like, I have my own beliefs, but I keep that to myself.
100%.
I'm not outwardly trying to force anybody to be of the same mindset as I am. Like, I believe in what I believe. I also believe in treating everybody
100%.
kind and with respect.
Like, and we all have our own biases, but like you said, when you walk out the door, you treat people the same.
Exactly.
You know, like, I'm Cape Verdean. Cape Verdeans are racist towards each other. Let's be honest. Like, if you're darker skin or lighter skin, we're racist towards each other. But that's every culture.
It's called colorism.
Yeah, it's every culture.
Bro,
we talked about it. We said if everybody was the same color, same race, we would still find something to
yeah. So
to hate on each other
about
tribalism. Period.
I love that conversation. That's why I feel like we need to give a little bit of context. So me and what do you want to be called? Pleasure eater? Like,
pleasure eater?
You said that. We can literally rewind.
We're gonna have to cut that out.
No, it's not getting cut out because we can rewind. You said it. You said
I'm a vampire.
You know what that means, bro?
I know what it means.
You know, on that one day of the month, you don't care.
Shit, when it's a full moon.
Pleasure eating with the red mustache. Yo, God, I got so sidetracked. What was I talking about?
What the fuck was we talking about?
I remember. So, to give a little bit of context, me and Pleasure Eater were having a conversation about what could possibly end racism, and he suggested, what if everybody was the same color? Would that resolve racism? And I said to a certain extent it would resolve it, but there'd still be prejudice. And like, regardless if everybody's the same color, we will still, as humans, find reasons to dislike other people. If that may be the region, like what regions you live in, people may, look at you some type of way because you're not from the same region, same neighborhood, you're not the same sex. Like, there will still be things for people to pick.
To discriminate.
Exactly. Yeah. To pick at and discriminate. So, I feel like, yes, everybody the same color will reduce racism, but there will still be prejudice.
Yeah, I think the thing was, like we said, if everybody was the same color, let's say just magically right now, everybody was the same color, same religion, and we said that basically we would, let's say this side of the world would hate the other side of the world just for any reason at all, bro. Just maybe it snows over there, it's hot over there,
or even in just our state alone.
Yeah, just the state alone.
This neighborhood,
bro, we have gangs.
That's what I'm saying.
We have gangs.
Like,
isn't that the dumbest thing ever?
This is my street.
Yeah,
like, bro.
Like, we're both black, both in the hood, both broke.
Like, I don't mean to be so judgmental against people who are in the gang life and gang culture, but at the end of the day, do you ever just sit back and think, like, I don't own anything I'm really representing or fighting for? Like, people fight for their streets, their blocks, their neighborhood. They don't own anything in those, like, they don't have any real equity.
Yeah,
that's what hood, they don't have any real equity within those neighborhoods or the blocks they're fighting for. So it's like, at the end of the day, it's like, why are you doing this for property that literally could get sold like that? Yeah, and you are getting forced out. Like, it makes no sense.
Like we said, like, people in the hood, they're all in like a equal. How do you say? Like, they're all they're all equal at that point. They're all going through it financially. They're all usually within the same like within the same class. Usually, sometimes the same color. It depends. Not really, because you have all different types of people in the hood. But anyways, The hood is. I don't think the hood is racist within each other. I think the hood is just like very territorial at that point, and that's what happens when you.
But that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the territorial fact. It's like, why are you fighting for a territory that you don't truly own? You don't have any real equity in. At the end of the day, the tenants could sell that property to anybody else, and you would be forced to leave.
The owners, right? You said tenants.
The owners.
Yeah, but I get what you mean.
Can sell their property,
demolish the fucking area.
Exactly, and you wouldn't be able to do nothing about it because at the end of the day, the law supersedes the gang life. You think the officers are gonna be like, oh yeah, your family's lived here for a long time and you fought for this neighborhood, so we will allow you to say no.
Nah, hell no.
If the landlord sells the land. No, you're getting forced off that land by cops.
And I have a good in my opinion, I have a good prediction. I think you'll agree too. Let's say in like 100 years, I don't think race will be as much of an argument as it is now. I think it's gonna be
the melting pot. Right now.
I think it's gonna be classism, elitism,
Bro.
Poor people. Rich people. I think the middle class will just keep getting smaller and smaller. You're gonna have to pick a side. Either you got money, or you're in the cusp of being poor. I think that's where it's gonna be. That gap is gonna get bigger, and you're gonna be on one side or the other. That's what it's gonna be like. I agree with you.
And like, I feel there's two ethnicities that's gonna come close to the brink of extinction. Mm-hmm. Like when I say ethnicity, you obviously know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
and I think that would be white and black people.
Yeah.
Because, not saying we'll get killed out, but I'm saying we will basically sex like interracial, like we would
just merge basically.
Yeah, we won't be like I'm full.
You will create the ultimate light skin. This will be the age of the light skin.
like I'm full Liberian, you're full Caribbean.
Yeah,
but like years down the line, like interracial, there's nothing wrong.
Actually, I'm a great example of this melting pot. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I just want to clarify, there's nothing wrong with interracial relationships. I'm just saying that I don't think they're, like 100, 200 years from now, like there will be ethnicities such as white or black because of this whole melting pot thing. Like after a while, we're just gonna,
I think it's gonna be very hard to determine what you are at that point. We're gonna come up with a new name because it's gonna be a mutt, but it's gonna be something more like glamorous than mutt because mutt sounds like nasty. It sounds like a fucking dog. Mutt. Yeah. But like me, I'm definitely a product of like interracial melting pot we was just talking about. Yeah, you're gonna have a lot more of me's. I'm gonna create my little little cult.
There's gonna be less of me.
I think where you'll find I think everywhere Africa you will see definitely black people. I don't think you'll see what's a country that you'll definitely see white people. South Africa.
The white people.
I'm saying everywhere else will be like light skin around the world. Maybe you'll see like black people in strictly Africa. You think so? Because England people have like
Scotland.
People have a lot of Middle Easterns. They have a lot of Africans too. Maybe Ireland, like Poland, England, those places.
And definitely, I don't know how you can't even think about Russia, bro.
Russia, China, Africa. I think those are gonna be the purest countries.
White, though,
purist as in their own ethnicity.
Yes.
Purist as in their
Russians and the freaking Chinese, or let's just say Asians.
Like I think Japan will start.
That's why I say Asian. The whole Asia, the continent.
Yeah.
The whole because China.
Okay, Japan, we'll say Asia, but Russia's
Asia
too.
is the whole continent. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I always think about that.
Africa's gonna be sexed out. Like we're gonna birth. Like by that point, there's gonna be a melting pot in Africa.
Yeah.
UK likely. I agree with that. UK. But
America's gonna be.
Come on, America. We're nearing that point right now.
The black people will be the grandpas at that time. Your grandpa will be black. Like you will be like mixed. You know what I'm saying? You'll be just.
Oh, you talking about the other generation?
No, I'm saying in the U.S. in like 100 years, your grandfather will be like black.
You're talking to the future kids.
Yeah, to the future kids. Like your kids, maybe not your kid, but your great grandkid, boy might marry a Spanish thing.
Hey,
Spanish, Colombian thing might be.
Bro, as long as he loves her and she treats him right, that's all that matters. If she don't treat him right, then I'm never gonna condone of that.
Like, oh nah, come on.
But that's
race is not a thing for me. My thing is just like good people.
That's what I'm saying. As long as he loves her and she treats him right, because it has to be equal playing field. You feel me? Like one can't be taking advantage of the other. Like
True.
It doesn't matter what ethnicity he goes for. And like we gotta clear that up. You keep saying race. We're all the human race.
Oh, that's very true.
Ethnicity is like
ethnicity. Yeah. I saw an interview with what's his name? The dude who does like documentaries about the universe. Neil something.
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Neil deGrasse Tyson. He was doing a podcast.
You probably butcher his name, but I really don't care.
And some dude was like, "Oh, my race and your race." He was like, "No, we're all human race." I like the way he said that.
No, but
we're all human.
We're all the human race. If we're being honest, that's why it's kind of when people are like, "What's your race?" It's like,
aren't we the human race?
That's why I look at them a little weird. It's like I don't want to be judgmental, but it's like we're all one race if we're being honest. Now my ethnicity is something different.
Very true.
If you want to know what my ethnicity is, go ahead and ask, and I'll tell you.
I need to do that 23andMe thing.
Oh, to see.
Yeah, to see like exactly what I am.
I got you.
Have you done it before?
No, never.
No,
because I believe I'm a.
It's gonna say you're
100% Liberian.
You're gonna have something in there.
That's probably why I don't want to look, because
your boy probably got some.
Shut up! Do not say it. Don't
Mexican in you.
Right.
Not some indigenous something.
I thought you was gonna say something else disrespectful.
Something like what?
I ain't even gonna say it. Like
anyways,
else in me. But
I have no clue. I can say okay, I'm Cape Verdean, but I don't know what I am, to be honest.
You got some Portuguese in you.
I think I have Portuguese. I definitely have French. My uncle told me. Besides that, I don't know. I'm gonna have to definitely look it up.
I feel like my main reason why I haven't done that is because I don't want to be told I'm wrong.
Yeah, but it's good to know your the source.
Bro, my source is still in Liberia. Like my whole majority of my.
So you're not curious at all?
Here's the thing. If I literally was not born in Liberia, and like the whole bulk of my family was not in Liberia, I would be curious. But the fact is, the bulk of my family's in Liberia, and like I know for a fact my family is the indigenous people.
Yeah.
What's it called? Another side of my family, which we're married into, is part of what's called Miracle Liberian. And basically the Miracle Liberian is some of the free slaves from here who chose to go back to Liberia and reform that land after it was purchased by America. That's what, America purchased it. I think this was under James Monroe.
No, they chose to go back, or they were sent back?
So, not everybody had the option. It was only given to more privileged black people. And when I say privilege, I mean like the kids of these masters.
Oh.
And you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Obviously, the birth or the offspring was
I get what you mean.
And all that stuff. So, a lot of them were given the option, and they went back and basically settled there and started to do a lot of the same bullshit that was getting done to them over here back there.
The natives.
Yeah, it's a whole fucked up shit. But I know my people are indigenous.
Yeah.
And then there's the Miracle Liberian. We're in the mixing pot.
Now, were they lighter skinned?
Yeah, because they were Liberians. They were in the mixing pot.
And can you tell the difference when you go back? Let's say, like,
bro, even to this day, you could kind of tell the difference between Miracle Liberians. Like, the more fair skin, you kind of have an idea that they have within their roots. They have some white in their roots because of the whole, going back.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's history, man.
History is wild.
Crazy as fuck.
I love history, but it humbles you sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Bro,
it's scary sometimes.
I love history, but the shit that is sad at times is when you see shit repeat itself. You're like, I thought we went through this
100%
centuries ago. Like,
100%.
shit don't change really, and it's just like, wow. But that's life.
Facts.
What can you really do about it?
Nothing.
No, bro.
You want to end this off?
I really wanted to end this off on a topic that I know for a fact.
Hold on, I'm gonna grab some water. You keep talking.
I mean, it was really gonna be a question to you. I know you're gonna say no to this question. Have you watched The Cautious Hero?
Oh yeah, it was a good show. It was a really good show, and
you actually watched it?
I did. I finished it. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I finished it.
Oh,
I finished it a couple days ago.
I was really gonna go at you.
You know what the worst part is? You know it when you finish an anime and then you're just like in that like abyss where like you sit down to eat your meal one day.
I want more.
You sit down to eat your meal one day and you go to turn your phone on before you start your meal and you're like, fuck, I finished it. So for a couple of days, I'm just lost. I'm like, shit, YouTube? Nah, it's not doing it for me right now.
All right, so I bet.
So I banged it out. It was good. I liked it. I didn't like the character, but I like his whole philosophy of being like cautious.
But do you realize in the end why he was so cautious?
Yes, the end was so fucking sad, bro.
Exactly.
It was sad. Like, it really described it. So my question is, does he have the memories of that, or is it just like something instinctively into him?
So he does not have the memories of that past life. He doesn't even know. So he's literally thinking he just came back from Earth.
Yeah. Yo, anime is dark.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
His girl was pregnant.
Bro, shut up. That shit was
his girl. All right. Spoiler alert. Right here.
She didn't even know either, bro.
She didn't even fucking know.
Both of them didn't, bro. Because she basically went up to be a god or something. Yeah. And he just continued the cycle.
Yeah, I know she didn't know, but I'm like, okay, why is he so cautious? Does he just know, like he has the memory of it, or is just implemented
subconsciously, it was just telling him.
You know what I was thinking towards the end? I was thinking he was going to become a god too. Like the cautious god or some shit like that. Like,
but that
would be fire.
The Cautious Hero. That is a.
It was a good. It was like a nice quick show. Cause nowadays I don't have time for seasons. Sometimes,
I like
you recommend me something, it better be 12 to 8 episodes. I'm not gonna cap. It better be 12 to 8 episodes.
But tell me that the comedy aspect definitely had you laughing.
It was really good. She was obsessed with homeboy. She was like looking at him like he was some food. Bro. But now I know why.
Yeah, because they were lovers.
They were in love.
Like she had a baby. She was holding his baby. Like it was sad as fuck. Like at first I was annoyed with his character as well. I was just like, this man is annoying as hell. I was like, bro, you got like it's already done. Like, but then I was just like, oh shit. Like
the fact that he had a way. He had like a skill to hide his actual level, his leveling. I thought that was genius. If I could do that like in games, I would do that shit all the time, especially in like multiplayer games. He did
that from the start.
God, he was a problem.
This man did it as soon as he got freaking called.
And he reached max level midway through the show, and we didn't even know it.
I know.
I was like, that's fire. That's dope.
Know,
that's
like,
dope.
This man was always prepared, bro. Yeah. Always prepared. That's a great show.
Yeah, it was a good show.
Spoilers in case anybody.
The Cautious Hero is worth it, but a show I'm watching right now because I needed something to cover that void.
Not the shadow, the eminence.
Nah,
because there's no.
I'll get there.
Because there's no dub. Is that why?
I don't know. I'll just get there. I'm weird at picking shows.
What about Demon Slayer, the Swordsmith?
Nah, I started that, but I said nah.
All right, what are you watching now?
Let me think about it. It's called Hell's Paradise. It's a new anime.
Hell's Paradise?
Yeah.
Is it new? You sure it's new?
Well, I don't know about the manga. You probably read the manga already.
Nah, I feel like I
got you right now.
Or something. Hell's Paradise. That sounds so familiar.
But it's good though. Hell's Paradise. Yeah, I'm on like episode 6 right now. How do I explain the show? I don't want to butcher it right now. So it's about a main character. He comes from a clan of assassins, and basically he gets outcasted from that clan, and he gets arrested. And in order for him to get pardoned, he needs to him and a bunch of other like prisoners and criminals have to basically go into this island where it's a very dangerous island. Like all the bugs and creatures there are just like, they're all harmful. Go into the island to look for eternal elixir for eternal life. And if they find that, they get pardoned from their crimes, and then they can go on and live their life.
I mean, the premise sounds like...
And each criminal has a samurai that follows them, and that the samurai's task basically is to kill the fucking to kill the criminal if they step out of line or if they try to run or anything like that. So it's dope, and what they go through on this island is dope. And our main character, he's just a beast. He's kind of OP. You already know how these things go.
How many episodes? You said 6?
12 episodes.
I might have to check it out.
I'm on 6.
I
started like yesterday or the day before.
The premise sounds pretty
cool.
I'm assuming it's dubbed if you're on 6.
Yeah. If it was subbed, I'd be on the 3rd episode stressed. Headaches every day. Yeah, probably just headaches, just like this. You be asking
yourself, should I continue this? Like,
yeah, god damn.
Do I want to continue this, or should I just?
You know why I love dub so much? Because I can like leave it. It can be background noise. Let's say there's a filler episode. I'm just on my phone.
But there's certain anime that doesn't have filler, like Demon Slayer. Bro, the animation and just like the overall story.
It sounds I know, I've heard it. It sounds 100% better. The voice actors, just more passion.
You watched Vinland Saga, right?
Vinland Saga, I did, yes, but I haven't watched the recent episode.
Wait, the recent season?
Which season is it right now?
2nd season.
I haven't watched the 2nd season. Yeah.
But Vinland Saga was dope.
It was a dope anime. Yeah.
Bro, one thing I gotta tell you, the 2nd season, it does like a 180.
Is it good or bad?
It's good.
Okay.
What I'm saying is just, you definitely needed the prologue to understand what's going on.
Yeah.
Like, first season was the prologue, by the way. It was just dope.
First season was dope in that show. I love that show. I love how anime will just, like, it's not all about, like, it's not all based off of, like, Japanese culture. Like, now they're bringing in the Vikings and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's
like,
always really been like that.
Yeah.
Like, even in Naruto, like, there's been Hinduism. Like, there's been other cultures that's just been subtly mixed within it. And, like, unless you're a historian, you won't really be able to pick out all these different...
Very true.
These different cultures and stuff and historical
Yeah,
events.
Vinland Saga. That might be my next one. Bro, I have a list. Let me see my list.
Yeah. All right, before we go into the list, we might as well just end this here today. Yeah, so this is your host Ego, and this is your co-host Ego, and Pleasure Eater. We just want to thank you for
PE motherfucker.
We just want to thank you for tuning in to Intro-Extro podcast. This is episode 3. Thank you. Don't bring up anything about the Lakers getting swept. And I hope you all have a great day.
Peace.